Hey, Chuck and Aquatic here at our second pre-construction meeting on a project on the Central Jersey coast. We're doing this project, it's a renovation job, right? So you see behind me the pool, that's a vinyl liner pool, and we're gonna be building a deluxe waterfall and slide on the back side of the pool in that corner back there. So some of the challenges with these old pools, right, this is older, is like you wanna look at these walls, right? Like these walls are not, been around a while. I would be a little concerned about getting too close to them. You don't know how, you don't know exactly what the supporting system is because they're thin and they're older. So when we drive in here, we're gonna be very careful to stay away from these walls. We're gonna take all these plants out. We're gonna bring our dingoes in and kind of stay away from the walls to get around the back. And then we're gonna pour some concrete, around the back here, pour some concrete in here. Here's where the waterfall is gonna go and make a nice stable foundation. Then we're gonna build in this area right here. We're gonna consume this whole space building our waterfall. So landscapers will come in and put the patio in and put the pavers in. So the pool builder put in a brand new pump, over here on the equipment pad, and these lines right here, these are suction lines. So these go underneath the pool and into the bottom drains that pulls water. Because what happens is when you add these big water features, they require a fair amount of water, right? So see those bottom drains at the bottom of the pool? Okay, you see how there's two sets. Each set is for one pump, right? So they're pulling water. Okay, one's pulling for the pool system and one's pulling for the waterfall. So when you have a water feature with a lot of water, you need to do that. Now, it's easier to do when you're in a situation like this where the customer is putting a new liner in, and that's a brand new liner, and they're putting in brand new decking. So it's easy to just dig underneath the pool and dig underneath dig out for the decking. Now, if they had a deck here and they weren't touching the liner, then it would be a lot more involved to get more water. So depending on the situation and depending how much water you need, determines what you need to do from a plumbing perspective, okay? How am I getting into the yard? Number one, you gotta back the truck in. Number two, the truck's gotta lift up, right? So you got all these trees here. So you gotta be very delicate, like how we do. We gotta back in maybe under the trees, tie the branches up or cut them, and back onto the lawn, dump the rocks here. So these are the kind of logistics, you wanna set the expectations for the customer. Like, hey man, we're gonna dump some boulders on your lawn and your grass is gonna get beat up. Because there's really no other way to do it. Because you have an established yard. So again, this is tricky. Renovations are tricky because you're dealing with, environments where it's established, right? So the access is tricky, the staging of the material is tricky, and then the build is tricky, right? The build is tricky. So, getting in there, like I said. And then, the other thing we tell the customer is that we got to spread these rocks out and use them. So we're going to spread them out all over the lawn. So the lawn is going to get beat up. There's just no way around it. And then I'll set that expectation with the customer today that, that can happen. So you can build big, beautiful projects on a vinyl pool. So stay tuned.